All right, man, what's your name and what do you drive?
My name is Alvin. I drive a 89 240SX RB25 swap engine from a R33 Skyline.
I hear this a lot in our industry. But why not a KA? Why not a SR? Even why not a LS?
A lot of people don't know, but OGs will know. There was a Z here. I used to run 9s and he had an RB in there. Just saw when I first was getting into 240. Fucking loved that car so much. It was so fucking fast every time, consistent 9s. And I was like, I need that motor. Turbos from an Australian company, Hypergear. They do rebuilds on turbos, so I didn't have to change my whole setup. Put a GTX-3071 in a big frame that'll mount on my stock manifold, stock piping. So just a street tune. Boost is about 15-16 pounds. I'd probably say I'm in the low 300s. It's pretty quick, but it's got a lot more room to grow. It's 90 pump. Probably gonna do some combination. They got 101 at the pump down there, so probably combination of 101 and like 93 mix, something like that. CP pistons, so it's got forged pistons, Manley Rods, ACL bearings everywhere, but the head is stock, but it's all refreshed. I should be able to push over 400 once I get it all tuned.
The most noticeable things about this car, your front end swap. How did you do it? How long did it take? Where the pieces are from, etc., etc.
I sourced the parts through like a 240 forum. The fenders are fiberglass, but the hood and bumper are OEM. The headlights are OEM. And actually the fenders really don't fit that well if you ever see my car up close and really looked at it. Shout out to Mike, MC Works. When I got him, I tried to fit him on myself and I couldn't even get him close to fit. And he worked his magic and he actually installed the front for me, painted and everything.
Tell me about how you found the car and a little bit about the history.
Bought the car when I was living down in Arizona. I was going to school. Actually used to have a Prelude. Tired of that, wanted a new platform. This is my second one. First one got stolen and I bought another one. Picked this up for $1,500.
What?
Yeah, it's definitely a price change from now. When I picked this car up, it was $1,500.
Before the front end swap, what did you have set up on the older setups?
It used to be a stock gray, which was so faded from being in Arizona. It just looked like my car was primer. Like that for a good while. But when I first got here, I only had the single cam in it for like 1 year and then the head gasket blew. And instead of fixing it, I just said, fuck it, and went for the swap. It was a challenge to get it going because not very many people were doing it at the time. Super limited resources in the early 2000s on that kind of stuff. So I actually learned a lot just because I had to learn it if I wanted to finish it. When I first bought it, I had some BBS reps on it. I got it painted. And shout out to my boy Jeff Camarillo in Kodiak. He was living up here for a little while and he painted this for me. Before we did the front end, I just had like a sleepy eye. Once we painted it, it just looked so weird with the wheel. So I saved up and bought some Advans, the tri-spoke SAR3s, which actually is kind of like a nod to the car that got me wanting the 240. It's an HKS S15. Like I kind of wanted to build my car like that, which, you know, the S15s weren't available here, so kind of made it in like my own kind of way, I guess, you know, with the motor that I wanted the whole time. I've got 17x8s up front, work VSXX, 17x9 in the back. I got some 275 R888s in the back and just some kind of throwaway Avids on the front. People who always ask me about my tires, they speak highly of these R888s.
Tell me about a little bit about the upgrades that you did on your interior.
I've got a S15 Sylvia OEM steering wheel that I had rewrapped to kind of be. I mean, they're old, you know. I replace what I can when I can find them new. Turbo seats, actually, I got from Mike Ellis. Shout out Mike Ellis. Other than that, I just keep it really simple. Not really a big gauge guy, so I really try to keep it to a minimum. My whole look of the car is kind of like OEM Plus style.
What's some words of advice to this next generation?
Don't be scared to get into whatever you want to do to your car. There's information and there's people everywhere that can help you. Compared to when I was coming up, you know, I had to learn a lot of stuff on my own. The community is more giving now, I think, just in general, whether it be online or just local. I don't encourage just buying a whole bunch of parts just to get a fucking nice build, but build it the way that you actually want the car. You know, a lot of people, you know, gave me hate for my tri-spokes for a long time. That's what I wanted. And, you know, some people don't like the front end. So just build it for yourself. And that's the only way that you can actually do what you want with your car. You know, don't second guess what you want to do. Shout out the whole crew, man. Kodiak crew. Mike's waiting for me. We're going to start a Las Vegas chapter down there. Shout out to MC Works. Mike, he paints a lot of the guys' stuff, works on a lot of the guys' stuff. We kind of went through a similar journey going to school in Arizona and brought our cars up here.
We wish you the best of luck in your new endeavors down in the Vegas, crew. We'll see you guys next time.